Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. It's your girl, Jennifer, here again with a very exciting conversation. I would like to start by saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2023, guys. I'm so excited to be in this new year and I'm happy I made it this far. So today I want us to talk about New Year's resolutions. You have your resolution somewhere, don't you? This is something that many people do at the beginning of the year. Towards the end of the year, you sit down somewhere, probably somewhere quiet, and you think like, oh my God, the new year is coming. I need to have some resolutions written down, and most times you'll have a very long list. So, yeah, that's what I want us to talk about. But there's going to be a twist to it, so don't think I'm coming to crucify you here and tell you, oh, if you don't have a list of resolutions, you're doomed to fail, or if you have a list, well done. No. Doesn't have to always be like that. But that's the subject I want us to talk about. I remember growing up. You know, guys, I'm about mental health, and I like these conversations to be very real and practical, because there's some conversations where you think like, wow, the person talking is living in a perfect world or in an ideal world. So for me, I'm talking from the realistic world. So I'm one of those people who used to look forward to New Year. But I think I looked forward to the 31st more because in Africa and in Kenya, where I've grown up from, we used to have the New Year's overnight where you go to church and you have prayers and sing the night away, dance the night away. Oh my God, I used to look forward to that, and I still look forward to that. I still do it here in the UK. It's a toned down version of it. It's not as exciting, but I still do it because I really look forward to the clock clicking midnight and 1 second, and you know, wow, we are in a new year, and we scream, celebrate, fireworks, you know, all those things. Yeah. So, but I believe many of us, we get to the new year with mixed feelings. There are a whole 365 days ahead of us, and there's a whole 365 days behind us, and you're thinking like, I hope I'm not carrying forward things that did not work into the new year, and then start things and they don't work, and you know, such things. Yeah, so I used to look forward to the new year because in church they would pray for us, would make declarations. I'm a spiritual person, would make declarations, and yes, for me, most of those things used to work, and they worked perfectly well when in a general context. But let's narrow it down to a personal context. I remember when I used to write a very long list of resolutions. I will tell you, many of my resolutions, I think by the end of January, I had forgotten them. However, because it's like that part of the notebook would be closed, not to be open, because you do not want to find something you've not done, something that is you're struggling with. You know, you feel like you are the harshest policeman or policewoman of yourself. Yeah, but I don't think in this new year 2023 that is the way to approach life. You do not want to approach life and feel like, oh my God, by the end of the year, if I've not done this, I'm a failure, or if I've done this, I am successful, because success, the word success sometimes is overrated, and it's relative depending on how you look at success. So let's be a bit realistic. And I want to talk about something that happened to me recently, and maybe top it up with other things that I have seen, and how, for me, I think New Year's resolutions and just resolutions in general, how we should approach them. I have mentioned in previous videos that I've not been well, and it's been a journey. So I remember being in hospital and in so much pain this last time when I was admitted. And somehow I was like, I would say I was in a dark place, really dark place. I didn't know where I was going or coming. I really didn't know where I was at mentally, because I was so stressed out by the pain. Clearly I wasn't myself. So on this day, you're in this battle. Doctors want you to go home and give you like very minimal pain relief. And you're thinking, how am I going home? In hospital, you're giving me all this, a wide variety of pain relief that has not even managed my pain. Now, you want me to go home with very basic pain relief. How am I going even to survive and manage at home? And then sometimes, you know, in life, you have to be a person who puts your foot down, because people will try to step on you, do things, and think and treat you otherwise. And in the country where I am, being a person of color and everything, sometimes people can try to be discriminating or even racist, to just use it, the word in black and white. So anyway, I couldn't be released from the hospital because pain was not under control. But that's not even the thing I'm coming here with. So, you know, like, you have this conversation with the doctor. You don't know whether you're going or coming. You don't know where you're at. You don't know even the next move. You don't know what you're doing. So you're left in that place because you clearly don't know. You have a family to talk to and consult with. You don't know even what to tell them, because whatever you've talked with the doctor, you don't even clearly understand what you've talked. Then you have your husband who you don't even know what to tell. You have friends, like, you know, you're in that place. And I remember in that moment, after the doctor has gone, for me, when I'm in the hospital, I like to always have my curtain closed, so that if I want to sleep, I sleep in peace. If I want to relax, like, without everybody passing and, you know. So at this time, I just draw my curtain open and I sit on my bed, and I hold myself, I think, like this. Like, you could see I have gone into deep thought. And then the lady on the other side, I'm going to put her photo here because we took a photo with her. And yeah, like, you will understand why I just need you to see this wonderful lady. So here in the West, people really respect your privacy. Nobody wants to interfere. Even if you're in the ward, you could be in the ward and you're with people and you never even get to talk to them. You may overhear conversations, but you don't even interfere. So her curtain is open. She's across the opposite side of the bed, and I'm on this side. And so she tells me, she just calls my name. You're Jennifer, right? And I say, yes. Because definitely by now, she knows I'm Jennifer, because the nurses come and call my name. And I know she's Leanne because nurses and doctors come and mention her name. So, and then our names were written like at the edge of the bed up there. you'd have your name, and they would write the name of the nurse taking care of you on that day. So clearly she had every way of knowing my name. So she calls me. This lady, by my estimation, she was either in her 70s. Yeah, I think in her 70s. So she calls my name and she tells me, "You're Jennifer, right?" And then she tells me, "Jennifer, the pain you're having, I've had similar pain. And to be very honest, nobody will understand, but this pain feels like you're dying the next moment. I have been there. I sympathize with you. I feel for you. I know what you're going through, and before even they get to the bottom of it, I know, I can tell. And I promise you, for the first time, you know how you feel a weight lifted off your chest and body and everything, because you feel like at least somebody gets what I am going through and is acknowledging, you know." But she starts talking to me and diverts from the sickness and just goes like, "So how are you doing? Do you have family around?" And she starts asking me a few questions just to know me and stuff like that. And you know, like, with this very low mood and very low countenance, somebody just starts talking to you and your countenance starts lifting and you start feeling there's just something. Now, let me tell you about Leanne. When this lady started talking to me, I was like, at last. I was so happy she talked to me. Why? The day I got to that ward, she was already in the ward. So I found her there. I hadn't seen her face, but because when I got there, I was in so much pain. But at some point, I could hear her talk. This lady was eloquent. In my life, I've had people who are eloquent. She's eloquent. She has this way of speaking that will turn heads. You just want to know who's speaking. Eloquent. She talks and you can sense an affluence in her. You can sense a lot of courtesy, humility, you know, knowledge in stuff, respect, I don't know, everything. And you know, like how you just can hear somebody talk and you're like, I hope to see this person, I hope to see this person. And then later, you've heard her voice, you've not seen her. Later, you hear somebody else who is a man and is a husband speak, and he has this deep voice. Well, good command of English, affluent, oh, posh, everything. Two people, a couple that are talking, like for me, I think I have something about voices. So like this, the way they were talking, it was so musical to my ear. I could listen to them day and night. Now, what I discovered about these people, not seeing them, just hearing, you can't clearly even hear what they're talking about, but you can feel these are people who are friends, these are people who are so fun-loving and stuff like that. So I kept on wishing to get a chance even to just tell her, you speak so well and so does your husband. And so on this day when she talks to me, you know, like in my head, I'm like, finally, you know. So we start having a conversation. And also, to just take you a little bit back, when I was there, Leanne did not tell me what she's struggling from, but I could tell. Because doctors, nurses were constantly, I knew there was something terribly wrong with her health. But however wrong that thing was, this lady had life. I can't even begin to explain what she had. I knew she had a blood condition. I couldn't tell what it was, but the life, because you could hear conversations between them, just trying to help her not to bleed as much as she's, And so now we are having this conversation, and she gets to know a little bit about me, get to know a little bit about my children. She starts asking me what plans I have for Christmas and things. And in a few minutes after now, I also want to know about her. And this is when I ask her, so what are you doing for Christmas yourself? Or what plans do you have? And that's when she tells me, you know what, Jennifer, I've had a good life. And I choose and I spent every minute enjoying life. Because I have bladder cancer. Do you know that pin drop moment where you just say, I knew something was wrong? And when she says it, and for her, when she's talking about it, she's not talking, it's me who goes into that moment and feel like, oh my God. But for her, it's like, this is nothing big. Let me now say it as she said it so that you can see. So she tells me, yes, I have bladder cancer. And I have lived a good life, Jennifer. I have lived a good life. My family, we've had a good life. We laugh over everything. We've done all the silly things. But since my children were little, since way back, all my life, and my husband and my family, we've always treasured every little moment, and we've maximized every moment. And she tells me, I don't know how long I have to live. And still, I choose to live every moment, enjoying every moment. And at that point, she goes and tells me, during Christmas, we have this tradition where we give each other at the dinner table silly presents. And so she shows me the silly present that the family got her, that they had prepared to get for her. And at this point, I discover she may not live till Christmas. So I think the family decided to just bring this gift in advance. And then she tells me, wait for it. And she puts this, what can I call them? You know, like when you're in the aeroplane and you want to sleep, whatever, this piece of cloth that you put on your face, on your eyes, so that you can just have your snooze without the light affecting you, something like that. So she had that. It was purple in color. I think that's her favorite color. And she told me she loves red wine. So on one side of the eye, it had been stitched with a picture of a bottle of red wine. And on this other side, she told me she loves funny glasses, so she likes glasses that have a curve. So the wine, that other photo is of wine and on a slanted glass. And she told me that is a silly gift that should have gotten at her dinner table on Christmas. And she told me, you see, such silly things, And she went ahead and started telling me, you know what, Jennifer? Don't take life too seriously. Enjoy life. Do the silliest of things. Right now you have little children. Please enjoy every silly moment with these children. Make fun out of anything. You will need it. And seeing somebody who is in her 70s telling you they have had a good life, and not just the last few years, she's always had a good life, and now she knows her time is ticking. And even to make it worse, she tells me, and other than that, even my husband has blood cancer, and anytime, every day he comes to see me in the hospital, I look at his eyes and I know he's deteriorating. And yes, it saddened my heart, but if you hear them talk, you would not know this is what they are going through. And let me tell you what that did to me. I looked at this person because I'm an African. In Africa, we don't talk about death. No, It's like a taboo and an unwritten rule. Like if we start talking about death, it's like we're inviting it. So we don't talk about it, you know. And even me, who is even a Christian and I believe, it's a subject that I still find very hard to talk about, you know. But this is a person who is telling you, I don't know how long I have left. And if it is today or tomorrow, it will find me happy and rejoicing. And that is why even some of the times when the doctors were coming to try and give her some intervention, she would say, no, that is painful. I'd rather bleed away than be in pain. If I'm bleeding away, not in pain, than you trying to do an intervention to stop me from bleeding and I'm in pain. No, that's not what I want. Let me tell you something. There's something about positivity. It nourishes your bones. It nourishes your mind. It nourishes every breath in you. Speaking to Leanne, I think we spoke for like 10 minutes or 15. I don't remember for how long, but we had a good time, a good chit-chat with her. But within like few minutes of talking to her, remember my countenance was so down and so low. Leanne gave me this fresh breath, fresh air of me. And I told myself, if Leanne going through whatever she's going through right now, and knowing that she doesn't have long left, and she's living her life to the fullest, who am I? I told myself, this is the last day I'm spending in hospital. Tomorrow, I will be on the discharge list. I am going home tomorrow. Why? Because I told myself, I am not going to be here as long as I don't have a diagnosis, even better. Because I do not have anything to worry me to think like, oh, I'm struggling. Let me go and live my life. I don't know. That in itself did something, you know. Where am I coming with this, with the new year? I am coming with this because immediately after that, I told myself, I need to go and enjoy my life. Anything I do, if I'm cooking in the kitchen, whatever I'm doing, let me enjoy life. If I get that minute of being in pain, let me find a way of enjoying something even amidst the pain. Now, with your New Year's resolutions, I just want to ask you, have you put a note somewhere that you are going to do you? You are going to enjoy life? Because let me tell you, sometimes we chase these resolutions, we chase these goals that we forget to live life. That goal you're chasing has a countdown. And sometimes you will chase things to the point of we stop living, and that's when you hear somebody, oh, they got this stroke, they got this heart attack, because like you're going on overdrive, you know. In 2023, my dear ones, it is okay for you to have a resolution. Your resolution will take detours, they will take dips, they will have spikes. Things are going so well. Sometimes things will be stagnant. Sometimes you don't know whether you're going right, left, or east or west. That will happen with your resolutions. As long as you're a human being, if things are going the smooth way and on a straight, you're hitting every target, chances are, in my opinion, and thinking as a mental health person, you're not probably doing your best. Let me put a disclaimer. Why? If you set a target of getting £20,000 and you just hit it so quickly, probably you set that target too low. And that's why you hit it. And did you even get to learn anything in the process? Because some targets, why some resolutions you don't attain them, it's not because you didn't work hard towards them, but you realized, whoa, I think before I wrote I needed to buy a house, I should have thought about Buying this house is costing me, is taking away my peace. I need to concentrate with peace and get myself and find my peace first. And when I have my peace, I will have everything else. You see, so as you settle down this year, write your resolutions, do things, plan, change jobs, grow yourself, do everything you can find on earth to make yourself happy. Do not forget to live life. Do not forget to do you. Because in this life, we need you alive, we need you healthy, we need you strong, we need you doing and being a better version of you. And with that, there's always this constant resolution that I have. For me, it's always to love God more. And why that is always my resolution every new year is because if I love God more, I will love people more. I will do things in a better way every day, because clearly, if you're looking to please the one up above, what else about everything else that you're doing here under the sun? You know. So, I always say, if you want to change the world, you need to change your mind. This has been Against All Odds. Catch you in the next video. Bye.